What is going on, everybody? I am ShotenRyu, and this video was supposed to come out a couple weeks ago. It didn't come out for reasons, and I'm leaving it at that. But with that being said, 2-3 was supposed to come out, and I was supposed to, get both characters because that's what I was going for. Did that happen?
Hell no! Come on, wait till the no.
No, it did not. But I did get Lucia, who is an amazing support, I've come to realize. Ihari, I tried and got to the end of the banner with no Ihari. None. But I did get Rina again, which made her, R5. That was fun. Gotta find a way to put her on my main team somehow. Anywho, so with that being said, this video was supposed to come out a couple weeks ago, like I said before. It's gonna feel like a top 10, but it's really 2 top 5s. A 5 that I like to use in combat, and 5 characters that I just like in general. But enough with the jib jabbering and yip yapping.
The spotlight's about to shine.
Number 5 is what happens when you cross a support character that can buff all characters, can dance around the battlefield without barely being touched, and can also just unleash an ultimate which triggers chain attacks, all while being off field. You get the mega pop star ShotenRyu. She's on a lot of my teams mainly because of her support capabilities, but she also does damage on her own too. Not a ton, but you get what you get. And also, the song is a banger. It always gets played. Like during the end screens, I always let the song play out before I move on to the next scene.
Ooh, we really harmonize.
What if I told you that during the beginning chapters of this game, even though we had all different types of characters, the game was still growing at a slow rate, and people were slowly starting to think of it as just another gacha. The developers saw this and decided to drop this monster into the game.
My blade is ready. Hoshimi Miyabi, here to support.
Miyabi is what you get when developers sit forward in their chair. She's considered one of the strongest forces in all of New Eridu, and I'm not being hyperbolic in saying so. She is a Void Hunter with a variation of ice called Frost. I'm not getting into all the details, but what you can see is she has several variations of invulnerability. While ShotenRyu danced around the battlefield, Miyabi beats her foes senseless with ice, slashes, and overall an ultimate ability that just ruins everything in sight.
Yushu and Shufu, sorry to keep you waiting. We're scheduled for a 3-move training session. Without further ado, let us begin.
Training? Oh, sure.
I know I'm cheating with this number 3 entry, and quite frankly, I don't care. It's my list. But Yishuan Shifu is my number 3 pick. Yishuan Shifu is what happens when the developers say, hey, we made that Void Hunter really strong. You know what would be better? A second Void Hunter. It would be even better than that if they fought before she was actually ever released. Yishuan Shifu is the High Preceptor of Yenquei Summit. As such, she's the top dog. She is a Void Hunter level character in the game, as she does not have the title, quite frankly just because she didn't want it. Between her multiple ultimate attacks, yes, I said multiple, between those, the fact that she's extremely tanky, and the fact that she ignores defenses, she has been a valuable asset to my team, meaning she really just is there almost all of the time. And I said I was cheating mainly because I wanted to show this fight, particularly this scene here.
Make this quick.
Let's move on, shall we?
You feeling fired up?
Number 2 on this list, you guys can read, is Lighter from the Sons of Caledon. There's something cathartic to me about a man who is nothing but fire, punches, and explosions. Glider was my first sojourn into both fire characters and stun characters in a serious format. And this is all he is, and I love it. Every little bit of it. Side note, he was my favorite character to use in this game until... Bet you didn't see this coming. Now, my number one favorite character to use in this entire game in combat is Seed. Seed and Grace are essentially the same character, and you cannot convince me otherwise. But while I hate using Grace in combat with every fiber of my being, Seed is what you get when you want to gather all of your enemies in one specific area and just annihilate them. Whether it be with a laser, with a robot punch, or missiles, because she has a lot of all of those. Seed is really just a fun character to use to just mow down enemies. It's not a lot of class, not a lot of finesse, it's just boom, robot, boom, arm, boom, laser, boom, missile, boom, done. And that's why I like it. It's simple. Plus one of my favorite animes of all time is Code Geass, so, points to that. So yeah, those are my top 5 favorite characters to use in combat. Now I promise you a second top 5. Let's get right into it.
Number 2. Good children will be rewarded handsomely.
Breaking out my top 5 favorite characters in game outside of combat is Miss Alexandrina Sebastian. A lot of people call her Rena for short, and I'm going to do the same because I'm not saying all of that this many times. Now, is Hot Maid all it takes to break into the top 5? No, because Hot Cock would be on this list too. Which one? Yes. Did it help out? Absolutely. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, come on now. Back to the point though. Rena is kind, refined, elegant, and considered the heart of Victoria Housekeeping. And she's also, by word of every member in Victoria Housekeeping, a person you would want to piss off the least in this entire group. Which leads to part of the whole allure of Rena, the mystery. No one knows anything about her, besides Lycon baby. And Lycon isn't saying a word. The only reason she's only number 5, she is a horrible cook, like the worst.
This child is but a mere bangbu. Show some mercy.
Well then, Sir Lycon, please accept it.
I have recalled a task I've yet to finish. Please excuse me. It seems this area requires further cleaning.
If Rena is the heart of Victoria Housekeeping, then Lycon is the brains. Von Lycon, my number 4 pick, is the leader of Victoria Housekeeping. Lycon is highly considered one of the coolest characters on launch. You ever heard of a wolf in sheep's clothing? This is a wolf in a butler's uniform. Lycon is dapper, patient, and extremely intelligent, often able to calculate very complex situations in a mere moment's glance to make the best course scenario for everything that's going on. Extremely agile and a very quick study. Lycon never stops until the job is completed. I didn't think about it until just this moment, but Victoria Housekeeping is my favorite faction in this entire game. And part of it is this.
They're the nice people who helped me out of Apollo that time.
I see. Rena, for now, you may stand down.
As you wish.
When did you...
You're quite a perceptive young lady. You almost saw me.
She means you were way off, way off, way...
Be waiting for.
Okay? You guys ready? Let's go! I'm the diamond. I'm the ring. I'm the treasure. A little bit tricky.
Yeah, that's enough of the song. Number 3 is Nicole Damara of the Cunning Hairs. Now, there's no way for me to say this that doesn't sound crazy, so I'm just gonna say it. Nicole's hot, and she knows that she's hot. And that's one of the many things that, has her up high on this list. If you squint hard enough, Nicole can remind you of Eddie off of Ed, Edd n Eddy. Shout out to the old heads out there. And that They're both money-motivated maniacs. But Nicole's motivation serves a much greater purpose than Jawbreaker's. Nicole's penchant for pennies, I mean denchant for Denny's, I don't know. Either way, it comes from the fact that she grew up in an orphanage, and her best friend at the time was terminally ill with ether corruption, so she decided to go buy the sun. I'm not getting into what that entails, you'll have to go through the story yourself. Nicole is very business savvy and very caring, often to a fault, which often gets her in financial trouble, despite her business savvy ways. How do you know I'm not just making up the fact that she's business savvy just because she's hot? Well, she's the very first person you encounter in the game who has a face-to-face meeting with the legendary Phaethon. Broke hottie who gets the job done, no matter the cost, and makes you pay for it. Sounds like number 3 material to me.
Considering your willingness to cooperate, we'll settle for the interest for now. Andy, Billy, we're done here.
I want you to look me dead in my face and tell me that Lighter is not one of the coolest characters in all of New Eridu. As the Red Scarf and champion of the Sons of Caledon, Lighter is the first line of defense against everything that comes their way. And you know what they say, the best defense is a good offense. Every fight that he's in looks amazing, but I'm not getting into all that because I've gone through that because he's on the other list too. But Lighter is always someone that you will want to have on your side. And probably the best candidate for it. Unless...
Good. Phew, done. Now all I need is the chief's signature. Come to think of it, it's been a while since I've had a red bean bun.
What? Anywho, the number 1 entry on my list of 5 favorite characters is Tsukishiro Yanagi. She is the deputy chief of HSO Section 6. Try saying that 3 times fast. They're the ones who at first were trying to take on Nineveh. What? She is also the one who actively takes care of everyone on the squad. Even Miyabi, you know, the strongest person in all of New Eridu allegedly. When I say characters are caring and giving to a fault, this is actually who I'm talking about. But also...
Now, but you're asking
I don't even care anymore. Anywho, those are my top 5s. Well, both of them. From favorite characters to use in a fight, to favorite characters outside of combat. Obviously, everyone has their favorites, and I know I missed some of yours, because, you know, there are characters I can list off the top of my head who I'm gonna get scolded about not being on this list. That's why it's my list. Make your own. But in all seriousness, if there's a character you thought would be on the list that isn't, let me know. If I missed something, let me know. And also let me know how the video is, because this is a lot longer video than I thought it was going to be. And yeah, any feedback is, you know, appreciated. So with that being said, I'm out of here. ShotenRyu out.